Lauren like Lauren best for LJ. Okay, it don't matter who she said. Lauren like Lauren best for LJ. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandy Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandy Yvonne. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews and recaps and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This video, we are talking Ready to Love. I know I'm late, y'all, but I had a busy weekend. So I'm trying to get all of our shows in from the weekend, okay? So my plan is to do this Ready to Love, then Love and Marriage, Huntsville, and Family or Fiance, okay? Hopefully I get them all done by tonight or tomorrow at the latest, but I gotta knock them all out tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to share it. Also comment. Once you subscribe, comment, say, hey, what's up? And all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys' support. You know, don't be shy with the support over here. We appreciate the love, and if you have something for me you want me to support, I will definitely support y'all. Anyway, let's get to the video. So this is if I didn't say the title already, it's season 6 episode 8, The Truth Will Set You Free. The gentlemen meet up in Nephew Tommy's lounge. Okay, so you know, it's the power is in the gentleman's hand this week. He's asking them how it went meeting their friends. The ladies' friends, you know, they definitely said it was tough. And so Tommy said this week, you know, you guys are going to introduce the ladies to someone who's a truth teller in your life, whether that's a friend, whether that's a family member, whether that's your ex-girlfriend. So in my opinion, I kind of felt like the episode was for the ladies to meet the guy's ex, but they just had to say it in a different way. But I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all got that vibe too, because Samson and Randall and LJ, all three introduced the ladies to their exes. Mike, it was a family friend, and who else? Swayze was just a friend. So I was like, it's really Meet the Exes episode. But anyway, let's get to it. So Tommy gives them the assignment. He said also, you know, they're gonna be in a little house next week. I think he announced it at the end. Anyway, so I believe we start out with Randall. He has his ex-girlfriend there named Brittany. I was kind of shocked to see how Randall's ex would look. I don't know. I guess I pictured her differently in my mind, but she's a pretty girl. She said that her and Randall had dated for like 2 years or so back in 2014 and 15. So she's not that recent of an ex. So first Kayla came, I think, and then Shanika came. And then, is that the girl name? Yeah. No, Tranika. I always gonna call her Shanika. But side note, Tranika still has her arm brace on, y'all. I wonder when she going to the doctor. Because she done had to wear that for 8 weeks. Ain't this the time where they check the stitches and all that? I don't know. See, I don't know how bad her injury was. And then what's his name? Zoe made it worse at the racetrack, so I don't know. Anyway, we're going to just keep praying for Tranika. So, and then Jamala came last. Jamala was like, all due respect to the ladies, but there's no competition here when it comes to her and her rah-rah. She's like, this is just formality. But there's like, she feels like she's here with rah-rah and everybody else is now here, okay? So I was feeling like that at first, so I don't know, girl. So anywho, Brittany was, you know, talking to Randall before the lady showed up, and she was like, he was just letting her know, like, you know, would you give me your honest opinion on these ladies? And she's like, you know, I'm going to do what I got to do. It's going to be, you know, she's ready to ask these questions. She's ready to get into it. She's glad it's not her in the hot seat. So, you know, the ladies were asking her how long ago they dated and how many years. Like I said, she said 2014, 15-ish, and it's just a couple years. She said she felt like they should have never been a couple. They should have never been dating. She feels like they should have just been chill with each other. I'm thinking maybe they were like friends and they tried to cross the line and it didn't work, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments about Randall and then Randall's ex and that dynamic. I feel like we're missing a piece there. Anywho, she was telling the ladies that Randall likes more than just like a pretty face and a well put together girl. He wants someone who's going to be, you know, about it. He's going to have, you know, they stuff together, going to bring more to the table. So she was like, that being said, you know, where do you ladies see yourself in the next 5 years? or like not the next 5 years, but what goals do you have for yourself? Sorry. And so then Kayla was like, she definitely want to be an entrepreneur. She want to be boss lady. She want to own her own business. And she feels like with Randall, like she wants a lover, a friend, and a, business partner kind of situation. I feel like Kayla's answer was really good. They didn't really let Tranika answer that part, I believe. And then, Lord, the names. Jamala said that she feels like, she's a real organized person, and Randall maybe keeps the organization so she could come in and be a good resource for him, be a helpmate for him, be a partner for him, be there for him. And her answer was like not really about herself, but more so about rah-rah, right? And then she asked the ladies, what do you feel that Randall could work on more and improve on? Tranika said something about communication. She feels like, he's getting better and he stepped it up, but she just wants to make sure the communication is solid. I'm not sure if Kayla said anything at this point or they didn't show it. And then, what's the girl's name? Jamala. Ooh, I don't know why I keep blanking on her name, y'all. Jamala said that she just wants to, Kayla might have said consistency. I don't remember. Anyway, Jamala said that she just wants to know her expectations. If she's, doing the things that Randall's expecting of her, she's already laid out her expectations, but she feels like from him, it's like, okay, girl, you good, you good. So she just want to make sure it's all good. So then, Brittany was like, you ladies are wonderful. Like she really complimented the ladies very well. So the ladies left. And Brittany was like, yeah, Tranika, she seems nice, but I feel like I couldn't get to the real her. She doesn't seem true, And then Kayla, she said, I really like Kayla. She was really looking at you the whole time. And I was sitting next to her. I really liked the answer she gave. She's like, she's somebody you really need in your life. She's like, I like Jamala, but I don't like the fact that the answer she gave was all about you and not about her. And she was like, you're going to need someone who's more, to make sure they're taking care of themselves. So that was a red flag with Jamala for her, but she chooses Kayla. And so she's like, you told me you could be honest. So Randall feels like, he got a lot to think about. We're going to see what to do. He's shocked that she chose Kayla over Jamala. I was shocked at first when I watched the episode the first time, but then the second time I was like, I could see it. I could see it. Maybe Jamal was doing too much. I don't know. I'm starting to have mixed feelings with the Jamala Randall thing, y'all. I was all in with it, but I don't know. So anyway, then let's see. We get over to Mike's date, I believe, and Mike is bringing his friend Jurlanda. I think it's like Yolanda, but it's like Jurlanda. So anyway, they're meeting up at a restaurant, and Kayla comes. And Brady comes, looks like it's been raining. Now, I noticed something about Kayla. When she went to meet Ra-Ra, right, she had on that printed dress. She was looking a little more like, tad bit more conservative. But then when she went to meet Mike, she was looking more sexy with that little hot pink dress on, okay? So I peeped her game. I definitely peeped her game. So then, first Kayla came, like I said, and, Mike and Kayla really look at each other. It seems like Kayla, went in there with more confidence with dealing with Mike, and Mike's like, she's like, she was saying something about the stuff he be doing, and he was like, I'm not gonna make you, stand up this time. And Kayla was telling the friend about the situation, and Mike was saying that they got a lot of chemistry between each other and they really connect. And Kayla was expressing why she likes Mike and all that good stuff. So then Brandy came, right, in her little jean short romper set. And so Mike was like, oh, you're here just in time. Kayla was expressing, what she feels about me, and that's that. And Brandy's like, oh, okay. I think in Brandy's confessional, she was like, she knows that she's at the top when it comes to Mike, and this is probably hard for him, but she also knows that he has other connections, and she tries to make it plain out here. So anyway, Brandy was like, yeah, me and him definitely have a connection. And the lady asked her about kids, and she said at first, she didn't want to date a man with kids. That was totally a no for her. But then she decided, men have kids now. She got to be open-minded. And when she seen Mike, she wanted to get to know him. So Mike was looking a little scared when she was answering, in my opinion. And then My thing is, Brandy, like, girl, I get it. But Brandy, ain't she only 35? So she like a year older than me. Like, are we at the point where we have to start accepting a man with kids? If that's what she wants to do for her decision, that's great. I make exceptions for kids, but I'm not fully ready to just say I'll date a man with kids at this point. That's just me personally, but I feel like I don't know. I just don't see Mike being genuine for Brandy later down the road, and that just is my concern for her. So anyway, Kayla was saying something about kids, and her and Mike talked about it because at first it was absolute no for her based on her previous situation, but now like she's willing. Mike assured her that the situation is good, and the friend confirmed that. And Mike's like, it's okay. We already talked about it. Like, I don't like the way Mike was doing Caitlyn this date. Like, he kind of kept shutting her down a little bit, in my opinion. So then Kayla left, and then, Mike and Brandy giving each other googly eyes. And the friend said that Mike was, like, more, like, shy and, like, a little kid around Brandy, more nervous. Like, he's been bouncing his leg, and he's just showing more emotion when it comes to her. And Brandy was saying that him and his connection are pretty solid, it's pretty strong. And we can all see that. And so then Brandy left. The friend was like, yeah, I can see the chemistry between both ladies. She said, but with Brandy, like, you're more softer, you open up more, but I can see, like, the chemistry with Kayla as well. So she was like, you definitely have two beautiful ladies, but you got a tough decision to make, right? So anyway, then we see Samson goes on a date with his ex. What's her name? Anela? I don't know. And I don't know where she was. Was that the Colombian girl? I don't even know, y'all. So anyway, he's meeting up with the ex. I like her little romper, though. And we have Charisse and Luni and Brandy coming to that date, right? So the ladies, I can't remember who got there first. I feel like it was Charisse in that pink moon looking dress. And then it was Luni, and then it was Brandy, right? I was personally shocked to see Luni and Brandy on that date. Because I didn't think Luni was interested in Samson, to be honest. Luni's outfit was cute, by the way. I didn't think Brandy was really interested in Samson like that. So I was shocked to see you there, Brandy girl. So anyway, the ex was talking to them, and she was saying, oh, you ladies are so beautiful, all this stuff. And so she was like, who here really feels like they're ready to, take the next step with Samson? Really, they can see themselves falling for Samson, right? And so Charisse was like, I do. Pick me. And so she said, I'm ready, to go all in. I'm ready to fall for Samson. I'm ready to get it popping with Samson. I said, go y'all, Charisse, you gonna claim your man? Charisse is like, she's not gonna play. So then Luni was like, Luni, her professional was like, she doing all that. Like, she's going to pick me vibes. Like, I'm not going to do all that. Like, I'm not going to be chasing a man in this process. Like, if he want to date me, he got to come to me. We got the Brandy. Brandy was saying, like, I definitely can see myself on for Samson. We've already had an issue, and I expressed to him about all the gift giving, and he's giving a gift to every single lady, and I just want to make sure it's genuine. Samson, his confession was kind of hot. He said he didn't like that. He gives his gifts from a genuine place, and Brandy wasn't getting, what he was trying to do with the gift situation. I get both sides. I do feel like Samson's gifts are intentional. He ain't just giving everybody the same little notebook, different colors. You know what I mean? He actually giving meaningful gifts. And if a man just want to give gifts, he just want to give gifts. Like, but I get Brandy saying she needs a little more. Like, you don't want to feel like you're on the same level as everybody else. You want to feel like you higher. And that's hard to do in a competition like this show, unfortunately. So then, the ladies were asking, Luni was saying, I don't know if I mentioned what Luni said, that she's not about to chase no man. She said it at the date, that she's not going to be chasing a man. She feels like the man has to put the effort in to come to her at the end of the day. Like, they need to make themselves known that they want to be with her. Okay, we hear you, Luni. So then they were asking, Luni's like, I have a question for you. Like, what is one way, how does Samson... No, she asked her, what was the transition between you and Samson beginning to get more serious into the relationship? And she's like, it's a process, it's slow, and you gotta be patient. And once, it's happens, he's really good, and he's this and he's that. Sharice is like, what's the quickest way to his heart? And she's like, just be there, just show up for him, show him that you care and all this stuff. So the ladies left. She was like, yeah, I like Sharice, and she's really, really has a nice calm spirit. I said, oh, she ain't met Sharice. Sharice got a calm spirit today, girl. No. She ain't met Sharice, okay? So then she was like, yeah, Luni, she hear what she said. Like, she said she wants you to go after her. You hear her? She's like, Brandy, I don't really see the connection there, and neither do we, girl. So Samson was like, I got a lot of thinking to do. Like, pray for me. I'm going to go do my yoga. I'm going to get my head together. So then we see Swayze go meet with his friend Ish. And I think Ish is a firefighter too, if I'm not mistaken. He cute though. And, they're meeting up with Katie and for their date, of course. And then I think at the same time, we're seeing LJ and his ex Lauren going to meet up with Tranika and Luni. So anywho, let's go with the Swayze. Then we'll jump to LJ. Because y'all know I don't like doing the back and forth, popping back and forth date scenes. Okay, that's too much for my mental capacity over here. So then Swayze was like letting Ish know, like, yeah, we had some issues with the previous day when her friend came. Like, she didn't really stick up for me. I don't really like that. Ish was like, yeah, I get it. And then he's like, yeah, did I tell you I was in this dating process, trying to find love, and so you gonna meet the girl I'm trying to get to know. I'm like, you didn't tell him already you was on the show? Like, come on now. Let's not act like he didn't know what you was doing. So anyway, Arcadian came out, and so they were talking, and so he's like, tell me something about yourself. And then she was like, what you want to know? Like, what? And then he's like, anything. She's like, well, I have 2 poodle dogs, and he's supposed to be a dog stepdaddy, but he don't like animals. And Katie, you're doing the same thing you always do. Stop telling everybody, oh, Swayze this, Swayze that, Swayze don't like the black girls, Swayze don't want no dogs, Swayze don't want no pets. Like, stop. Just stop it, girl. Relax. So she up there drinking her drink and talking with them. And so I don't know how the past date with the friend came up. And so she was like, yeah, he might be kind of mad at me because my friend, she went in on him and she was roasting him. He was like, oh yeah, the barbecue. Tell me about the barbecue. So is barbecue a Miami term? One of my Miami viewers, let me know in the comments. Is barbecue like a Miami term? Because I noticed they keep saying barbecue and roasting and barbecue and cooking in this whole episode. So is that the Miami term that we just don't know over here on the West Coast? So anyway, she was like, oh no, like, she was just really grilling him, and that's just how she is. And so they were like, oh, are you like that? She's like, yeah, I could be like that. And he's told me before, but and then he was like, well, I can tend to think that, like, birds of a feather flock together. And then she's like, oh no, I don't agree with that. Nope, don't agree with that. Nope. So then they were just kind of all talking back and forth. Katie was not really here for the conversation. She kept kind of snickering and drinking her drink, I noticed. Swayze kind of seems over her. So I'm like, Katie and girl, like even her confessional, she was saying how, she's going to go on a date and hoping that he doesn't, him and his friend don't do her like her and her friend did him. Like, she's like, I'm just going to, sit there and listen and take in what they say and, let them lead and all that. It's like, are you? Because you're not, Katie. You're not going to just sit there and let them lead. Like, you're doing way too much. And there's things about Katie I like, but girl, like, I can't keep rooting for you because, like, what are you doing? What are you really, really doing here? So then, y'all, let's get to LJ's day because this was the real tea right here. Because I'm tired of watching Katie and Swayze play, basically. Oh, yeah, Katie left, Swayze and Ish talked. He was like, I can see the awkward tension between y'all, probably because y'all haven't resolved that issue. She was like, seems awkward. He's like, she's a pretty girl. Like, I can see why you like her and all that. But he's like, I would just not jump right in. I would be cautious. And Swayze was like, basically, that's what he's already thinking. So, anyway, back to LJ, right? So, LJ's date, Lauren. LJ's like, oh, I hope, you're going to ask these lady questions. I hope I wasn't too bad of a guy. Lauren looking too through, first of all, to even be there. She's like, I guess. I guess she wasn't that bad. So then, I think Tranika came first with that Bray song. And then LJ came, I mean, Luni. I always get Luni and LJ confused. But then Luni came as, no. Tranika got the T first. Let me back it on up, right? So Tranika was asking them, you know, how long ago have they dated? He gonna say, well, she said they broke up in earlier that year, like January that year. She's like, oh, this still kind of fresh. This kind of, oh, this still fresh. And she's like, Trinket, this awkward. I said, she was like, okay, so how long did y'all break up ago? Like, how long has it been since y'all broke up? I forgot how long she said, but it was like recent. Like a couple of months or so or something, or April. Like she said 4 months, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. So anyway, Tranika was like, well, how long ago since y'all had sex? LJ was like, oh, you just want to get right into it. When he said that, I knew it had been recent, okay? So she said a month ago. Tranika was like, a month ago. She was like, what? And so, no, he said, did he say 4 weeks ago? No, they broke up like a month ago. They had sex. I think he said like 4 weeks ago, something like that. Well, a month is 4 weeks. Y'all know the timeline. Y'all watched the episode, hopefully. Either way, it was recent when he didn't sleep with this girl. It's been recent, okay? And so Tranika was like, 2 weeks ago was last month. Like, you was like, what is going on? I'm like, he was in the process sleeping with this girl. Like, he can go. And that's my thing when it comes to LJ. Like, that the thing that we're saying that we don't see the genuineness in you, it's showing up right here why we don't. Because you still dabbling with that ex. So then Luni came. And Tranika was like, girl, they still having sex. And so then Luni's like, what? And so then she's like, yeah, no, girl, let me tell you. And so then Luni's like, okay, so is there a chance that y'all get back together here? Like, what's going on? He was like, what's the possibility? They're like, it's a possibility. And then he was like, no, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, me and her, we good now, and I'm trying to move forward. And so they asked her, like, what do you feel? And she was like, they're like, do you still love him? Because it seems like you still love here. She said she still love LJ, y'all. The ex, Lauren, she still love LJ, y'all. And so then they were like, you heard the girl LJ, like, what's good? She still love you, what's good? And so then he was like, you know, at the end of the day, I came on this process to find love and find somebody new, and I just want to move forward. I feel like he could double back to that ex at any time. Goodbye, LJ. They shouldn't, excuse me, he needs to be next to go, okay? And put him back in the bottom and send him home. Because he's dabbling back with that ex. No. So anyway, I think Luni and Tranika both said that the whole ex thing, you know, it's a concern, but it don't bother them. They gonna still move forward with their connection with LJ. I'm just like, really? Y'all's on here wasting time this season. Y'all really on here wasting time. So anyway, then the ladies left. I think Lauren talked to the girls. I remember she said who she liked best, if she liked Tranika best or Luni best. I feel like it was Tranika. It don't matter because she wanted to be the best, right? Oh, yes, I know. Lauren asked the girls, because LJ's like, you got some questions for them. Because he was getting tired of being barbecued, he said. So she was like, oh, what was your guys' last relationship like, and how long ago was it? I'm like, what that got to do with anything, Lauren? Like, what do Tranika and Luni's last exes have to do with you? So I feel like she was trying to set them up for a fail with LJ to be like, oh, like, you've been with somebody recently to get back, right? And so we see the game. So Tranika said her last relationship was an entertainer. He had groupies and everything. So she understands that lifestyle, and she don't want a life like that anymore. She wants more. Okay, I don't remember how long ago she said the relationship was. Maybe it was like a year or two ago. If Luni answered, I don't remember it, y'all, but it's okay. Moving on. I think Lauren likes Tranika best for LJ, if I'm not mistaken. But Lauren liked Lauren best for LJ. Okay, it don't matter who she said. Lauren liked Lauren best for LJ. Let's see. I think we went through all the dates, right? And then, let's see. We had a date at the end there where LJ and Katie and Sharice and Mike got together. Mike said, you know, it's a long, exhausting week. We're meeting the exes. He just wanted to have this group date to kind of let loose. catch up with everybody, see how everybody doing. He like, hey Sharice, hey Katie. He's like, Mike, I see you in a minute. Like, what's good? I'm like, wasn't y'all down to the gentleman's lounge this week? Anyway, I feel like this whole scene was put together for drama on the show. I feel like Ready to Love is doing this new formula where we show all the dates, then we're going to show everybody come together and fuss and fight, and then we don't deliberate and send somebody home. Okay, so Katie was asking different questions to Mike, and every time she asked a question, she would answer it and then ask another question. And Mike was noticing that, and he was like, "Dang, Katie, like you ask questions so fast and aggressively. Like by the time I'm gonna answer, you already answered it, and then you're asking me another question. Like, what is the deal?" He's like, "Sharice, like I know this your friend. Like, what you say about her? Like she could be a little bit, aggressive. Like she had her way about her. Like, what'd you say?" And so then Sharice is like, "Oh yeah, she could be, a little intimidating or whatever, And so Katie was like, "I don't know what Sharice's problem is with me." And Sharice is like, "Oh, I thought you came on here to make friends. You said me and you was going to be sisters and friends. I got the text messages." Katie was like, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make connections with the men. I'm not here to be nobody's friend. I didn't tell you I was going to be your friend." Sharice is like, "I got the text messages to prove it." Sharice is like, I'll throw shade with the best of them, but she want to throw this little shade. She's like, "I'm going to go full out on her and destroy her." So at this point, Sharice is getting mad. Katie is getting mad. They both have the same negative, aggressive energy. So they get to fussing and fighting and arguing. LJ's like, "Nah, we don't need to do this, ladies. We don't need to do this, ladies." Mike is like, "Nah, you like, see right there, you're doing too much, girl. Y'all tripping." Sharice is like, "You said, like, it don't matter what happens in this process, like, sisters for life." Katie was like, "It don't matter if I said that, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. It don't matter if I said that, I didn't mean it." And she was like, "It's a game. I'm playing the game here. I'm playing the long haul. And I just said that to get in your head and all this stuff." So I was like, oh my gosh, why are we doing this? Like, I don't want to say Katie in this Zadia season, but that's what she's giving. Like, girl, what are you doing? And I feel like Katie possibly did mean that, but then when she felt, I think she turned on Sharice when Sharice was trying to defend Swayze last week, and Sharice got Katie back. So I think Sharice and Katie want to be friends, but they're both too mean and stubborn to be friends with each other and too aggressive towards each other. And Sharice called Katie aggressive. Sharice is just as aggressive as Katie, okay? In my opinion. So the girls is fussing and fighting. Katie says she don't want no friends. She's playing the game. Sharice is like, "You're a bully." Katie's like, "I'm a bully. I'm a bully." It just got so stupid and ended up being a waste of time to me, y'all. So anyway, let's get to the gentleman's lounge. So the men go to deliberate. I think Samson showed up first. And he asked about the dates. And everyone is telling him how the dates went. Randall said he was shocked that his ex picked Kayla over Jamala, but Jamala was still a contender, so he still got a decision to make. His Mike's friend said, Brandy was definitely it, but she could see the connection with Kayla, so he still got to make his decision. Samson was talking about his date and how Sharice really stepped up, and that's something he needed. And then LJ was talking about his date and how, his ex was revealing some things that was shocking to the ladies. Even LJ told Nephew Tommy he, recently had sex with that girl. Nephew Tommy did not correct him. I didn't like that. Nephew Tommy do not be correcting these people. Like, what is happening here? So then, everybody shared about their dates. Swayze shared about his date. He still wants to move forward with Katie, but he's not sure because of the things that has happened. So then, they talk about, I don't even know if they said who's their number ones. Or if Tommy asked, I think he basically went straight to who are we not feeling, who do we want to eliminate. And so Jamala came up for one of the guys because they're just not connecting with her. Tranika came up that she's just not making a connection. She doesn't seem fully genuine. Luni came up because to making too many jokes. They're not sure if they can build something with her. And I seen that kind of happening for Luni. I kind of predicted that. Luni kind of seemed like she on here to get her comedy career started. That's just my opinion. I don't mean that with no shade, but that's what it's giving. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So basically we have Ludi and Tranika up on the chopping block for elimination. Then Nephew Tommy let them know Next week, he's sending them to a little getaway trip. So y'all know we always get the trip episodes. I feel like the trip episode came late this season, but maybe I'm a little... No, I guess it's on time. Anyway, so we're going to see them all in the house together. Oh, that's when the real drama comes. So next week probably going to be good or better than this week. Because this week was not that popping of an episode to me. It was a little bit boring. And I rarely come on here and say any episodes are boring, but this one was a tad bit boring to me. Anyway, Samson takes Luni on a date to let her know what the fellas has said. And Mike takes Tranika on a date to let her know. So Tranika came on the date like, I already know what this is. The men just deliberated, so I'm already pissed because I should not be on the chopping block. So Tranika came in there hot. So Mike was like, oh, you looking real pretty today. Like, how you doing? She's like, cut the pleasantries, Mike. Like, I already know I'm here. You need to get to the point because I don't even understand why I'm here. I've been doing all this for the fellas. And yeah, I'm sitting up here for elimination. She don't have the time for it, okay? And then Samson is over there with Luni. And, he's trying to like, Luni, what did I first say when I saw you? You had a smile on your face. And I think you got her some tulips. And he was like, every day in this competition, you have been a light. You have been smiling. Now, Luni went in there already, too. She was like, she's happy that day with Samson. But she knew the men just deliberated. So she kind of, like, knew something was up. And so she was sitting there looking like, Samson feed me all this good old spoonful of bull, okay? And she like, what he really getting at? So he was like, basically, the fellas feel like, you're great and your smile lights up the room and you have the best personality. However, you are not ready to love. And Luni seemed like she felt so relieved. She was like, thank you. It's all good. Like, let's cheers. And he was like, I'm glad you're taking it well and all this. She was like, of course, like, it's no thing. I think Luni was ready to go home. I don't think Luni had connections there, but she said like, she's gonna continue to try to open up and put herself out there more. So then Mike was like, yeah, the men deliberated. We feel like you are great, you're a nice person, but we can't really have her time connecting with you. And so the men feel like you are still ready to stay here. You're ready to love. And so then she was like, oh, like relieved. And she jumped up and hugged him. And in the confession, she's like, they better say I'm ready to love. And he picked her up and everything. And he's like, let me see you walk away, girl. I'm like, Tranika, I don't know why Tranika was... First of all, why are Charisse and Katie not in the bottom? Because they have way less connections than Luni and Tranika. First of all, you could tell that the producers are keeping Charisse and Katie in for ratings because they bring the drama to the show. Okay, so obvious on people, ready to love people, okay? It's so obvious because Tranika has 2 connections, LJ and Randall. Luni had 2 connections, Samson and LJ. So why are they getting eliminated? That's so weird that LJ didn't, and LJ, Samson, Randall didn't speak up for those 2 ladies. That's very, very interesting to me. That's 3 people that should have been pulling for both of them. Charisse and Katie only had 1 connection each, Swayze, Samson. So that's just so weird. That is so weird to me. Yeah. Anywho, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the episode. How y'all think the resort house trip gonna go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.